Very good. Please let's record it so that because I think there will be a need to go back to it, a couple of times. So thank you so much. It's an honor. It's always a privilege to share. And thank you. I looked at the people who are going to be here, and I was like, wow, this is the creme de la creme. So, guys, I'm honored to share this couple of minutes, hours with you. So, what we're going to do is this: I prepared a PowerPoint that will just guide, our conversations. So I would run through it, and like I said, I mean, we're recording this, so everybody can always, look at it later. Right. So let me share my screen, and can you see my screen? Please, can you confirm to me that you can see my screen?
Yes, from my side, I can.
Yes,
My screen?
you can see it.
All right. Okay. Very good.
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Right. So what do you see on my screen, please?
Goal.
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 Okay. Is that all you see on my screen?
The target and an arrow.
Arrow.
The target.
Arrow.
Okay. Did you see 2021 and beyond?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you see Noruwa Edokpolo?
Yeah.
Very well, sir.
Interesting. Everybody saw what they wanted to see. All right. Okay. So
Interestingly, sir, if anyone
yes.
is viewing from their mobile, it's a different
Yeah.
view. I'm
Oh,
not sure how
really?
that is possible.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's from the
anybody-
laptop because I'm using two devices.
Oh, really? So what are you seeing on? What are you seeing
If
on your
anybody
mobile?
experiences the same thing, I can only see G
really?
and half of the O. Okay, I think
Wow.
the issue is from my side.
Okay.
On my mobile, I can see
it
it clearly.
was on the Zoom
Everything
mode.
is clear.
Okay, everything is clear on mobile, yeah?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
clear.
Okay, very good, very good, very good. So what I would
Everything
like
is
us
clear
to
on
do
mobile.
okay, so we're going to do very brief introductions. I always find that, may I ask, are you all familiar with each other prior to this engagement? Does everybody know everybody? Hello?
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Damilola Adewoyin. Some of us are familiar with one another through a platform created by Mrs. Obafemi. That is a
Okay.
reading and book club.
Oh, I see. Okay.
created for us.
All right. So I would just, because I was going to
We've
ask
been
us to
effective on that platform.
All right. Thank you
Yes,
so
sir.
much, Damilola. I was going to ask us to introduce ourselves, but that would take too long. And there are too many people here. So instead, just a brief. So my name is Noruwa Edokpolo. In my first life, I was an engineer. I remember then I worked for a multinational called SITA, S-I-T-A. It's become so many things since then. Now I think it's now part of the the French company Orange Telecoms or something. But anyway, I was in SITA for for many years, long before everybody had access to internet like we do now. I think we, apart from the military, were the only ones that had access to those kind of communication gadgets in those days. But of course, history has, we are now like dinosaurs. But anyway, today I work as a business coach. I also do a bit of life coaching. I train and I do a lot of facilitation and organizational development. So I have two books. There are two areas I'm particular about: marriage and business. And I'll talk to you about them as we go along. 30 years post graduation, 21 years in business. Happily married, lovely wife, and lovely children. So that's me in a nutshell. Now, when we talk about goal setting, there are many parts and many methodologies. All right, even I'm going to use a particular pattern for you today. But the truth is, I could easily have used God knows how many more different patterns and possibilities. So, I'd like you to therefore, whatever you know about goal setting, whatever you've done before about goal setting, can you just put it aside for the few minutes we're going to be together so you can take in something new, okay? I saw that huge document that Ife has shared, and I encourage you to go through it, in your own time. It will help you. But bearing in mind that we have barely 2 hours, I knew that there was no way we could take that document on and do a good job of it in the time that we have. All right. So there are many ways to go about goal setting. I mean, if you put 10 facilitators in the room, then each of them would have their own methodology of going about goal setting. All right. But the key thing is that when we're done, the end user, you would have gotten something of value. And I hope that you will get something of value, from this session today. All right. So first of all, we're going to look back. Okay. That's it says the practice of looking back to look forward affords us an opportunity to gain a better understanding of the connections between the past and the present as we envision the future. Okay. So we want to have a goal setting, session. And I'm saying that the first thing we're going to do is to look back. There's one proverb that has been playing in my head. I'm not sure I'm getting it right. When a child falls, he looks forward, or something like that. When an adult falls or an elder falls, he looks back. All right, something like that. The truth is, the ability to reflect and to learn from yesterday, if you check, people with high emotional intelligence are very good in this. These are some of the things that make them stand out. The ability to look back and be able to learn yesterday so you can have a better today and tomorrow. Okay, so therefore, I want to invite you to look back, and I would share with you. Again, let me say this: what you get out of this session is really a function of what you put into it. Okay. So I want to really encourage everybody, please be here, physically, mentally, emotionally, be here. So do you want to write? Does everybody have something to write with, or are you going to type? Can I just get an indication that yes, I'm
writing.
Going to write or type?
You're writing.
Anybody?
I'm writing.
Good.
Writing.
I'm
writing.
Very
I'm
good,
writing.
Great. Very
Writing,
good.
sir.
Great. So we're going to look back, and I don't even want us to go so far back. Just look at 2020, and let's see. So I say look back and identify at least 5 remarkable events in your life in the year 2020. Okay? By remarkable, I mean events or people that impacted your life significantly, whether for good or otherwise. Okay? So I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do this. I'll set my timer. So you're going to write those events down. Just write them, whatever they are. Just write them down. Events that really, made an impact. So I'm setting my timer. I'm giving you 5 minutes. Okay, so my timer is running. And once it's 5 minutes, I would, okay, this doesn't usually work out for me. So let me come here and say 5 minutes. Okay, now 4. Okay, let's say 5 minutes. Right, start. 5 remarkable events in your life in 2020. Events or people that impacted your life significantly, whether for good or otherwise. Okay? So think about it and try to identify 5. Let me see if I can get some nice, cool music to help you. Please feel free. This is you writing for you. We have less than 2 minutes to go. Okay. All right. Just by show of hand or chat or whatever, let me know. Were you able to get 5? Did you get 4? Did you get 3? Anybody? Okay, Damilola, thank you. Okay, John Paul. All right, I see hands going up. That's good. That's good. Okay. All right, that's good. All right, that's good. That's good. Okay. Very good. Very good. Thank you. Right. So I'd like you to look at your list of 3, 4, 5 significant events that took place in your life. And the first thing I want you to do, not minding whether they were positive or negative, because the truth is, I mean, if you think about it, folks who probably had, worse or better than you, for all you care, may be gone. So the first thing I'd like you to do is to be thankful, to be genuinely thankful that you went through it, whether it was good or bad, and you are alive to talk about it. Okay? So that's the first thing I'd like you to do with, this time of reflection. As you look back at the year gone by, and you look at those significant events, and the first thing I'd like you to do is to be thankful. Thankful that in spite of them, or because of them, you are who you are where you are today. All right? That's the first thing I'd like you to do. Then secondly, and again, I'll give you time for this. For each one, I'd like you to look at these questions and think about these questions, if possible, write under each one. What made that particular event significant? What lessons can you learn from that event? What are you going to take forward from that event? What must you leave behind from that event? And then when you are done with those first set of questions, you then go back and look through all the answers that you've given. And then you ask and try to answer the last question. Do you notice a pattern forming? If yes, what are they telling you? Okay, so this time I'll give you 10 minutes. I'm going to give you 10 minutes starting from now. So let me set my timer. Let me set my timer for 10 minutes. Please don't be in a hurry. This is very important. It's crucial and it's critical. So again, I'll give you 10 minutes starting from now. I'll try and play some lovely music for you. I hope you like Mozart or something like that, so that you can really, really have time to think. Look at each event and ask yourself, what made that particular event significant? What lessons can I learn from that event? What must I take forward from that event? What must I leave behind? And then when you finish, you go back and look at everything you've written and ask and answer this question. Do you notice a pattern? Whether positive or negative, whether good or bad? I don't know. I'm just going to say to you, is there a pattern? So let's go. We have less than 5 minutes to go. Okay, we have less than 2 minutes. Okay, so our time is up now. So what I'd like us to do, I'm going to stop sharing for a moment. And I want to invite us to please, if you can, let's put on our cameras, and I want us to have just a brief conversation about this exercise. Yeah, the floor is open. I mean, share with us what has happened to you. What have you learned? Anything striking? Did anybody experience a aha moment, an aha moment? I don't know. So let's have a conversation before we proceed. Yeah, please unmute yourself when you're speaking. I'm not hearing anybody yet. Just to be sure that I'm okay on my side.
So who wants to go first? Everyone. Okay, I see Natalia.
Okay, so,
your hand is up. Natalia's hand is up.
Okay, Natalia,
yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, so thank you. I'm sorry I cannot put on my camera because of very poor internet here, but I'd like to share two of my insights of this exercise.
Okay.
First of all, I found that the people around me are crucial to the main events of this year. Okay. And the main thing for me was it gets me to success.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, go. Anybody else? Thank you, Natasha.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? I'm Zailin.
Hi, yes, we can hear you. Go
on. I'm Zailin from Malaysia.
Okay.
This exercise actually gave me a lot of self-reflection, and I feel grateful and loved with if I could summarize 2020, and when I look back, and this exercise actually, I feel very grateful and loved, and something that two things that actually I can feel is actually on my health. Yeah. So sometimes we take it for granted on the health, and this is something that I reflected, and I can make things better. Yeah, and sometimes things cannot go accordingly to what we expected or what we desired, but it's very important for us to manage our emotions. Yep. To be adaptations to the environment, and we can definitely do it better. Yep.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? What are you leaving behind? What are you taking forward?
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Molawale Fani. Some of the things I learned from this reflection are sharing quality time with family and friends, not allowing oneself to be overwhelmed with activities and many official duties. And secondly, procrastination is also delay of time. I could see things that I won by not procrastinating and things that I lost by procrastinating as well. And then also knowing the quality of time, knowing when to strike, knowing when to take an action. And yes, I think these are basically major things that I picked up from this reflection.
Right. Thank you so much, Ola. Anybody else, particularly? I'm leaving this behind. I'm taking this forward. Anybody there?
Good afternoon once again. Good afternoon, everyone. Yes.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Damilola.
Reflecting on the past year, reflecting on the past year has actually given me an insight to the innate ability inside of me. For instance, one thing I learned reflecting on all the things I wrote down is that all those things, results that I got in 2020, they are actually good for that period. They are very good for that period. I have to evolve and keep learning to develop myself through deliberate learning, as I said earlier. So I'm leaving behind, number one, those good things. They are good for that period, but they can be better. There are still much more to do and to achieve through time management and making use of opportunities at their own lifespan. Opportunities has its own lifespan. If you don't make use of it at that time, it will go. It's like a window. It will be closed and it might not come again until the time it's a later time. Let me put it that way. Thank you very much for this session. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Yes, anybody else? Is anybody that, do you notice a pattern? Anybody notice a pattern?
Okay, good evening, Daniel. Okay, good afternoon, Daniel. Afolabi, my name, and thank you for facilitating these reflective sessions. So two key events or activities of last year, which I just reflected on, was that last year, 2020, I invested more in people, and just like it's been said that it pays the highest dividends. And actually, towards the middle of last year, so I set a goal that I was going to get married last year. Though even when all the resources wasn't there, but just because I've set it as a goal, I work towards it. See the ways I can actualize part-time, and we towards the end of the last year, so it was a possibility for me. So what I was able to pick out of this was that, so I don't have to wait until when everything is fully set before I would strike or begin to see the goal itself actualize. So I was able to know that it's a step-by-step process. And just yesterday, someone was asking me, so if I want to do your kind of wedding, so like how much do I have to have? So I was like a consultant to him. I was telling him yesterday that so just list what you need to achieve. So that was like a goal setting. List all those things and see the ones you can actually maybe take out of the box that these have been able to achieve this, and before you know it, you'll be able to achieve them. So these are key learnings for me last year, and from these I've known that I still need to invest more in people, though more strategically this year, and at the same time I don't have to wait until when I have all the resources for me to actualize the goal. So thank you, sir.
Congratulations, and I hope that the life after the wedding will be glorious. All right, great. And anybody else patterns? Anybody seeing a pattern, whether negative or positive, something you should be careful about, something you want to ensure that you know, I don't know. Anybody else? Just one last person and then we'll move on.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Chinwe. Yes, Chinwe. Okay. So the part for everything I have achieved, I was deliberate about them. And because I was deliberate about them, I had to seek learnings, I had to seek people, I had to seek the resources, and I was able to, I just looked back and found out that even the ones that I didn't know how to accomplish, because I broke them down, I was able to get them out. So for me, it was the deliberate intention that helped me achieve quite a number of the things that I listed up here.
Wonderful.
So
thank you so much. Yeah, go on, go on.
That's the major one.
That is so profound, to be deliberate. Yeah, so profound. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to accomplish anything in 2021 and beyond, you have to be deliberate. That's it. I mean, you really have to be deliberate. It's something that you're going to say, okay, this is it. I'm targeting this and I'm going to go for it. Thank you so much for that. Anybody else? This is really us. You know, we're learning from one another. So please feel free. Let's share so everybody can, you know, learn from the other person. Yeah. Any, you know, just anything that struck you as you were looking back at last year. For example, when I did this for myself, you know, some of my investments went bust. And I know what went wrong, all right? So this time around, I'm not going to make the same mistakes, okay? I trusted people, you know, I mean, oh, I know this person, you know, he has integrity. So whereas I'm supposed to ask 10 questions before I put my money in, I asked 5. Question number 6, me, don't put your money. You get the drift? So I know that going forward, even if it's my wife, my daughter, my son, my brother, I will ask up to question 10. If I don't get the right answers, then I will not invest. That's what I mean by what am I taking forward? Okay? I mean, those are some of the lessons that I took away from last year. You know, the fact that when I'm doing business, I shouldn't just look at the fact that, oh, this is somebody I know, you know, that kind of, because people might have good intentions, but not know what to do. And then you have yourself to blame when you put money in the, you know, in whatever it is, you know, you've put money in. Anybody else before we move on? All right. So I have just
okay. Okay.
Yes,
can I be heard? Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Just to build on the part of intentional living, prior to COVID, I never really know. I mean, I didn't realize that I have some more bits to do as per parenting. You know, everyone, you know, most times people around my sphere of influence, oh, you're doing great. And I actually thought I was doing great. But until COVID struck and I had to spend some time at home with the children, even though I was working, but it's such that you have your eyes and, you know, on the work and also at home. And there were, you know, interesting discovery about things I don't even know about them. So, this for me was one of the old COVID incidents, you know, came with. And what do I say to myself while I was writing this, speaking to intentional parenting? I thought, okay, well, if we don't have a similar situation as last year, everything I've developed, the structure I've put in place as for parenting, what am I going to do about it? If I don't have that luxury of time, will I go back to my 2019 reality, or, you know, find a way around still tightening up the part on parenting? So that's for me. What I'll take forward now is still, regardless of the circumstance, or I have to be deliberate. You know, that part actually is what struck me, and I'm taking forward, because of course we don't expect that things would continue the same way. There will have to be an end to it. But what then happens to habits or structure put in place concerning key aspects of our lives? So are we going to, you know, drop them in you know, not having enough time, or it could even be resources, to move in that path. So that for me is striking.
Thank you so much. In other words, we ought to be better for it as a result of what has happened to us. Yeah? We ought to be the better in business, in relationships, etc., etc. I mean, anybody who doesn't take the learning from all that we have gone through, then you really have yourself to blame. Okay? So please listen. I want to read. I wrote something that I want to. Now we're going to look forward. Okay? Remember, goal setting is about forward movement. Okay? But before we can move forward, we needed to have an idea to close out on, the past. All right? I mean, typically, I guess in your offices, when you do a project, you have a closeout meeting. Am I right? Where we, what went well, what could we have done better, blah, blah, blah. The idea is that when we repeat a similar event in the future, we don't make the same mistakes. Am I right? So what we've just done now is like a closeout, all right? We've made peace with 2020, licked our wounds. Now we're going to look forward to 2021 with hope, okay? So I'm going to read. Please just follow me. So it's December 31st, 2021. And once again, you made it, and so we're grateful to God. It's the end of year event, and your family, friends, and colleagues are present, and you are the one being celebrated. Now, different people have said very nice things about you, and the master of ceremony is just about to give you the microphone to give your, closing remarks and to say thank you. And then, just as he was about to hand the microphone over to you, somebody shouts from the back, excuse me, I have a question. Can you picture that event? So the whole hall, everybody's frozen, all right? And the master of ceremonies says to the person, okay, come forward. Everybody thinks that this person is going to add to all the nice things they've said about you, okay? So the person then has the microphone. So the person is now speaking. Sir, ma, as the case may be, congratulations on the great things that you've done. But do you have any regrets? Are there things you wished you had done? Do you have any regrets? Remember, it's December 31st, 2021. The year is ending, and you are being celebrated. Family and friends are there, colleagues are there. And this guy is saying to you, sir, ma, you've done very well. But do you have any regrets? Are there things you wished you had done? I would like you to look back, as it were, and then think about the things you wished you had done, even till now, that you hadn't yet done. All right? Perhaps you got so busy and you left certain things undone. Relationships, career development, personal development, all right? The phone calls we're going to make tomorrow, those kinds of things. So once again, I'd like you to take 10 minutes again and write out some of those things. So you're not just looking at 2021 now, you're looking all the way back, all right? As far back as you can look into your life. Do you have any regrets? Are there things, even till this moment, you wish you had done? All right? Just look back, and then just like you've done before, I'm going to take my camera off. I will increase the volume for the music. So it's you, yourself, and your writing pad. Write out some of those things that even till this moment in your life, when you look back at your life and your journey thus far, there are things that you really wish you had done. I'd like you to write out maybe 5, maybe 10 of those things. I'll be back in 10 minutes, all right? Maybe I should just remind you, it says, congratulations for all the great things you've done, but do you have any regrets? Are there things you wish you had done? Look back over your life and think about the things you wished you had done but hadn't done yet. Perhaps what got busy, so some personal travel goals got pushed to the side. Or maybe you never ended up going back to school to study that degree in creative writing you wanted to. Based on how your life is heading right now, you probably have a very good idea of what those regrets might look like. So go ahead then and write the first 4, 5, 6, maybe 10 that comes to your mind. We have less than 2 minutes. Okay. Right. Anybody got what? 3 points, 5 regrets, 10 regrets? Anybody? Show of hand, chat. Okay. As many as can put on their cameras, I'd love it so that we can see faces. So we're not looking too zoomy. All right, thank you. Ogo, am I right? OGO, did I get it right?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, that's it. Right, so we're going to do something with those regrets. So I need somebody to step forward and share one regret with us. Then I'll tell you what you're going to do with the regrets, yeah? Anybody? I need an example of one regret, something you wish you had done and you hadn't done. Who's going to bell the cat?
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Jogunwi.
Okay.
One of my regrets in my career, especially, was the fact that because I'm into sales job, I'm a medical representative, and apart from the territory I covered, I was supposed to be going for outstations, which will actually require me to be traveling far. I am based in the north, in Kaduna. So I was supposed to be going to Sokoto, but because of the issues when it comes to insecurity and the likes, so I was actually restrained to actually limit myself to Kaduna alone. But something happened last year, which I was actually forced to start going all the way to Sokoto. So, and eventually, I had been to Sokoto for 3 times now, and eventually the result had been coming. And the regret was actually I wish I had started going earlier enough, so which I would have actually gotten better results.
Okay. But now you are going.
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's it. That's already, so that's a positive. You've taken care of it. It's no longer a disadvantage, so that's fine. Let's look for another regret. Yes, anybody else? I'm looking for something that, it's still, it's still there, Yes, it's a good example you've given us, but for the fact that you are now going and you are seeing positive results, it means that regret has actually been dealt with. So that's a good one. Yes, but anybody else has another regret, something you wish you could have done, you hadn't done? Yes?
So I wish I have a larger investment portfolio. I've never really taken investments very seriously. So it's one of my major regrets, yeah.
Good. That's a beautiful one. So what you're going to do therefore is we're going to now turn this regret into a positive. All right. So you wish you had a better investment portfolio. Is that not so? So if we flip that, it then becomes that you would desire to have a better investment portfolio going forward. Am I right? Yeah. So we've flipped your regret, we've made it positive, and now guess what? It has become a goal. All you need to do now is to make it smart. Are you with me? Hello, guys.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I just did?
Yes, yeah.
So she expressed a regret that she hadn't really been taking her investment portfolio seriously. Now I flip that and I say that Ogo would like now to take her investment portfolio seriously going forward. Okay? So that is the beginning of a goal. All we need to do now is to make that goal smart. And guess what? Actually set a goal for Ogo 2021 going forward. Is that clear? So what I'd like you to do is look at your regrets and then flip them over, make them positive. So take an example. I have a regret. My regret is that I wanted to be certified as, please mute, Charles. Charles, please mute. Yeah, thank you, Charles. So let's take an example. I have a regret, all right? My regret is that I wanted to be certified in whatever HR, certified, HR certified, yes. But till this moment, I'm not certified. So that's my regret. So I flip it over, and then I now say to myself, I will be certified as an HR practitioner this year. So I've taken a regret, I've made it positive, it now becomes a goal. Is it clear what I'm explaining to us?
Yes, sir. It's very clear.
Good, good. So I'd like you to look at your regrets and then flip them. Okay? Look at your regrets and flip them. Yes? I'll give you time to do that. Flip your regrets, then they become positive, they become goals. All right? So let's take that first step first, and then the next step would then be to make them smart. All right? But just flip them initially and let the regret become positive, and then it become a goal. Okay? So let's do that. So we've done it for Ogo. So she hasn't been taking her investment portfolio seriously. Okay? So now, if we flip it, it then means that one of Ogo's goals in 2021 is to take her investment portfolio seriously. That becomes a goal. Remember, our aim in this exercise is to set goals. Okay? And we started on a journey. We looked back, took our learnings. Now we are trying to go forward, but we're doing it in an interesting way by asking us, what do you regret? What do you wish you had done that you hadn't done before? You've listed them. Now I'm saying to you, flip them and make them positive. Okay? Oh, I wish I had gotten married. Wow. So positive means I will now work towards marriage. That becomes a goal. So for example, a goal for me in 2021 will be to get married. All right. I wish I had bought a car. I wish I had finished my master's program. I wish, whatever it was, I regret, I can flip it and then say, I will now pursue my master's program online so that even the lockdown will not stop me. Okay? So can we do that? So let me increase the volume of the music. I hope you're enjoying this music and it's helping you. So flip your regrets, make them positive. They become the embryo of your goals. So let's go ahead and do that. If anybody needs help, you can either private chat me so we can, so we don't, while others are working. If you need help, just private chat me and I can respond to you. Okay. We have about 4 minutes to go. Okay, I think our time is okay. We have about 60 seconds. All right. Okay. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. My son is on my case now. Daddy, why are you at home and yet you're not at home? So I've appealed to him. I'll soon finish, okay? All right. You can't understand why I'm at home and yet I'm busy. Say, Daddy, you're on your computer. Always on your computer. Okay, I'm not the only one. Okay, Nee, you are facing the same thing. My son will say, Daddy, come and play with me. You're always on your computer. All right, guys. So let's talk about it. So who has been able to flip? Who wants to share?
Hello.
Hi, Harriet.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Harriet. Go ahead.
Sorry. I hope my face is not so swollen. Okay, so
how are the twins doing? She's on bed rest, but she still had to join.
Oh, wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Wow, twins. That's Go ahead.
Yeah, my surprisingly, I did something like this on my birthday, which was 1st of January. But I didn't call it this name. They are calling it regret and flipping. I just wrote down some things I was not able to, that I wish I had done, and I wrote it as carrying it over to do it in a better way. So one of my regrets is I didn't take care of my health, so it's beginning to affect me. Right now, a lot of things are coming up, all because I was working, I was not checking my sugar level, blood pressure is everywhere. So I was just working and working. So it's recently I just started noticing a whole lot of issues. So flipping it over right now, and I did it before, but I've done it better now, is that I would hit the gym when I'm strong enough. I'll take my medications, then I'll do a regular health check, because we have HMO and I don't even use it. I hardly go to the hospital. I just feel I'm fine. So that's one of my goals. Then secondly, work. I hardly have time for my husband. So I just noticed he doesn't talk about it anymore. So I decided to flip over. So spending quality time with my spouse. Then the third regret I have is that I discovered I don't know anything about financial literacy. Nothing. I don't know what is stock. I don't know what is budgeting. I just get my salary, save, and just be saving. Just like what August said, I don't even know any investment plan at all. So I think I flipped that regret towards last month by joining this Money Africa, whatever, Tosin or Lasha, what's her name, on LinkedIn. So I subscribe to her channel, and I hope to start a class on financial literacy so I can know how to, invest and know where to put my money. And those are the basically three things I already wrote as my goal, and I've been able to flip over. And those were my regrets.
Wonderful.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Anybody else? Zaline, I see you nodding.
Yeah, it is quite similar on what I've shared just now, which is on health. So to be able to flip it over, I've it's on healthier lifestyle. So to set it in a smarter goal, which is I need to take up some physical activities at least 3 times in a week. It can start as a healthier lifestyle to sleep earlier, because I used to stay up till midnights. Yeah. So, and to have some healthier diet, superfoods, because I'm actually a nutritionist, but sometimes we don't really practice it. So yeah, knowledge and application is a different things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's more on the issue is don't take our health for granted and lightly. So to flip it over, come up with a few plans so that we can have a healthier lifestyle with diet, physical activities, and it has to start from us on our own. Yep. So this is actually a very good way for us to look at things that we have not done well, but how can we actually make it better this year?
True. We all need a healthier body to fulfill our short and long-term goals. Very true. I came to this point about 2-3 years ago, and since then I've tried to check what I eat. I try to walk at least 3 or 4 times a week. I do like between 6,000 and 7,000 steps or so. Should be more than that, but I mean from 0 to 7,000, that's a huge one, and something we also do, we didn't do it last year though, every wedding anniversary we go and do a full medical checkup, myself and my wife. And so even though I did a major medical checkup this year, I'm running away from it for a long time, but I just figured, you know what, rather than live in fear, why don't you go and find out what's there? And thankfully there was nothing. But that's the kind of thing you begin to do when you're an adult, so that it doesn't creep in on you. There's nothing as bad as, oh, if you had come 6 months ago, it's horrible, believe me. So yes, I agree. So everybody should actually have some goals for your health, your relationships, your finances. Those are very, very important. Yeah. Okay, so let's go on. You just mention, okay, my flipped regret. Really, which of them?
And just exactly the way I put it here, that this year and going forward, our wedding anniversary, we would, like a gift to ourselves, take a comprehensive health check.
Yeah.
And it just occurred to me that, okay, when can I set such that we don't miss it and we commit to it? And I put our wedding anniversary. So I'm surprised that you have something like that in the works on your side.
Yeah, that's what we do. Every wedding anniversary, we just go and, do a complete checkup. And then I make sure I ask the doctor to compare the last result and this one so that I know, what's happening, what do I need to check and all that. Yeah. Yes. Anybody else? Yeah, anybody else?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Yetunde.
Okay, so my regret is that I wish I'd pursued my master's program long ago. Although I started my career in manufacturing industry. So then I felt there wasn't need for it. But now I'm finding myself in an academic environment and the pressure, to obtain my master's program, even come PGD, is so very real. But one thing I've done this year, last year, I had to form, and hopefully, I'm sure when all things get back, I will start the program.
That's good. Wonderful. Yes, anybody else? Guys, I haven't heard a man's voice on this particular topic. John Paul, since I'm seeing your face, may I hear your voice, please? Oh, really? Somebody's hearing me. All right. The sound is too low. I can barely hear you. Wow.
Oh.
Is everybody else having the same problem?
No.
Can you all I can hear you clearly from there.
Clearly. Everything okay?
Okay. Emeka, please check. I think you need to check your end. Everybody else can hear me clearly. Yes, John Paul, go ahead.
Well, I think for me, it's more of a personal thing.
Okay.
I wish I was a bit more tolerable, as a person. I mean, that stood out for me, and so that was one of my regrets. So one of the goals I wrote was to be more tolerable.
Okay, no, let me understand. Is it that you want to be able to tolerate people better?
Yes.
Or you want people to tolerate you better? Which one is it?
I want to tolerate people better.
Okay, very good. So in practical terms, what are you going to do? What do you think you can do to make that goal a reality?
So one of the things that just came to my head as I typed it out, I said, maybe I pay too much. I should cut people more slack.
That's the word.
My friends, yes, I should cut them some more slack, and
that's it. That's it.
I shouldn't be too quick to judge, and
That's it.
at least give them some time to see, to get to the outcome.
Yeah. In fact, those were the very things I was about to tell you. I was going to suggest two things to you: delay judgment, cut slack. So you're on target. All right? You're on target. Yes, anybody else wants to share? Anybody else? Okay, so let me go back to my slides. Just we're actually done, but just one or two more, and then we hit home. Like I said, there are many pathways to look at this subject matter. Oops, sorry. That's not what I wanted. What have I done now? Stop share. Okay. Share. Where are you? Okay. There it is. Share. Slideshow. Current slide. Okay. So we've looked at this guy. All right. We've looked at this guy. Okay. So this was, the slide for the last activity that we just did. The office party, and everybody's talking about you, and that's what led us to this bit. Of course, the next thing I would ideally be saying to you is you need to then make those goals smart. Don't set too many goals. I would typically encourage you, to look, talk about the wheel of life, so you need to agree what is important to you: your relationship, your career, your finances, your health, your spirituality. If you take those 5, maybe add another 1 or 2, and set 1 or 2 goals. Because if there are too many, then it's like a tangle. You get entangled and you don't achieve anything. So you set 1 or 2 goals in each of those areas, and then you then action plan them. In other words, what is it, who's going to do it, blah blah blah. And if you're able to do that, what you then find is that you increase your chances of success. All right. And I think you guys already have a wonderful document that you can go back and look through, using this the feedback from this session as a guide for you. All right. Any questions before I share my last slide, and then we'll wrap this up? Any questions, please? Questions, comments, feedback? Okay. So here I have. Yes. Yes.
Well, I was listing out the 10 things that I or the 10 regrets, so to say.
Yes.
It occurred to me at the point that should it be the things that I have tried to, I put in some effort to turn around that they didn't work out, or things that I didn't even attempt to do? So it just occurred to me at that point that should we put it together, or
either which way? Either which way. I mean, if it falls into the bucket of a regret, you didn't do it, you didn't do it well, you started, you didn't finish, whatever. Something you just look back on and you're like, oh, I wish I had done this. I wish I had, made that move. I wish I had made that purchase. I wish I had said yes. I wish I had said no. I wish I had, whatever it is. So either which way, if it falls into the bucket of a regret or something you wish you could have done or you didn't do, then you can flip it, and it becomes a goal for this year.
All right, sir.
Yeah.
And thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right. So my last slide.
Sorry, sir.
Yes.
To build on
Yes.
what she just said now, after
Yes.
flipping such regret,
Yes.
I realized that it looks irredeemable. For instance, last year, January 27, I met with an organization that offered to be supplying me a product. But I was afraid of my current workplace, my company, that it will look as if but it's the same line of business. This person offered to be giving me his product from India, while my company brings their hours. My company brings hours from Italy, the same line of business. So I was afraid to venture into that personally. So right now, I feel I could have done it along the line that it won't actually affect my operation and efficiency in my effectiveness in my organization. So right now, I feel I could have taken it up, but the opportunity looks as if it's not. I've been trying to reach out to the person that brought the contact to me, but it has not been working. Like I started this January to actually try to make sure something happens. So what can I do? It looks irredeemable. What can I do at this point? I don't know if you understand
Yeah,
this.
sure. Before I make a comment, two things. Can we please ask those who are not okay? Very good. Can anybody just suggest something to Damilola? What do you think Damilola should do? Yeah, there's a lot of wisdom in the house, so it's not just coming from me. So let's have others chip in something. So please go ahead. What kind of counsel can we give to Damilola? Yes, anybody? Hello.
Hello, sir. We can hear you.
Okay. Yes. So the floor is open.
Okay, just a thought from the top of my head without thinking about it deeply is being prepared for opportunities in the future, being better prepared. So that's just, so rather than cry over spilled milk, you want to put before yourself certain things, opportunities that might come your way. How do you want to react? You want to proactively set those things for yourself. So that's just the thought from me.
Okay. I think that a more fundamental question for Damilola to answer would be, what are his plans? I think you have an integrity problem in that route. So you really need to decide, do you want to go on your own? Do you want to start your own business? I think it will be a challenge for you to be selling your competitors' product whilst you are in the employ of another, player. So I think it's even deeper than just getting another source. I think it's a question of, integrity, issues of integrity. So it might be that a change of job is knocking on your door. It might be that entrepreneurship is knocking on your door, and maybe you are wondering, the fear before the flight. Can I do it, etc., etc. Yes, it also borders on ethics. So I think you need to answer those questions first before you then begin to consider whether you get another option or not. Okay. Bon.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Right. All right. Thank you. All right. So my last slide, and then we'll wrap this up. So this is my website, mindplus.biz. Unfortunately, I just checked it this morning. I noticed that some of the plugins are not working, but so the book I wrote on marriage is called Naked. You can get it from here. The book I wrote on business, it's called On Your Marks. It's a business startup guide. That one you can get from this link. Now, Get a Grip is it's a coaching program that I put out recently. This Zoom, if you just click on this Zoom and then this is the password, you can download the video and watch it. And there you would you can partake in, you can watch and then make a decision. Get a Grip is really me trying to help people to get a grip of one aspect or the other of their lives. All right, so we do like an audit. Where are you? What would you like to do? And then I will work with you, coach you to achieve those goals that you set for yourself. And then the last one, I have an online academy on Teachable. I have 2 courses there right now. One is free, the other one is paid. I actually have a course on, like I said, I have 2 places. I'm interested in marriage and relationship as a coach, and in business startup, etc., etc. So most of the things I do, they fall within those 2 spaces, business, organizational development, blah, 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 and then relationships and marriage. So I have 2 courses available. One is called How to Discover Your Sweet Spot. That course is free. It would help you to know, where your passion and your skill and market where they meet. all right, in terms of what you want to do as a career or business. Then I have another one, how your business can survive the post-pandemic era. You know, it tries to help you to analyze your business using different tools. By the time you finish using those tools, it is clear as to what it is that you need to do as a business to move forward. So I have 2 courses available. One is free, one is paid for. I actually have a third course. I just discovered this morning. I hadn't fully packaged it. It's very interesting, how to choose a marriage partner. So maybe when I finish packaging it and, you know, tidy it up, I would give the link to Ife. So please, you can check any of these links, and, you know, some of the stuff is free, some you may need to pay for. All right. So thank you so much, everybody. That's my last slide. Yeah, that's it.
We really have you to thank, sir. Thanks for making out time to be with us here. And for me, what I like the most is your practical approach to teaching, to coaching, to facilitating. You get us all involved, and then we look inwards into ourselves. It's not something from some theoretical book or site. So thank you for doing this for us today. I have someone who will be taking our vote of thanks. But before then, you shared with us your profile document. This link, I don't think they're there. I don't think
they're there. They're not.
Okay, please, sir, if you can share an updated one, because I want to also share back to everybody. We're all spread across different industries and companies. I'm sure some of us have even linked to our HR. Should there be need for coaching based on those topics that are your points of expertise? Maybe that can, I think that is also listed, those trainings, that the type that you also facilitate. Then they can also make suggestions to the HR department in the different organizations. Okay, so that's from me, sir.
All right.
Okay. Ogochukwu, are you there? It's time for the vote of thanks.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Noruwa. Our deepest thanks and appreciation goes to you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing from your wealth of experience. I particularly appreciate the reflective approach. You know, people go into a new year, everybody's all fired up, running. We don't take time to stop and think and look back, you know, and take the lessons. So on behalf of everybody here, I can see the active participation, the engagement. We would really want to thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your time. God bless you real good. I'd also like to thank Mrs. Ife Obafemi. She put this together. I mean, I don't know how. I know a little bit of how, but we don't know how she was able to put this together and talk to you and bring, you know, she keeps striving for us to be better, you know, at no cost to us really. So I don't know how she's done this. So on behalf of every other person on the call, I'd really like to thank you, Mrs. Ife. Thank you so much for this. I also like to thank everybody that took our time to join us on the call. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for your questions. I learned from other people's questions. I remembered one regret from somebody's regret, you know. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your participation. More information will be shared on the WhatsApp group. Mr. Noruwa, the links that you shared, please, if you kindly share it with us on the WhatsApp group, that would be really appreciated.
Yeah, I've posted it already.
Okay, great. That's fine.
Put all the slides there. All right. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you so very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Bye,
everyone.
Thank you,
Bye, everyone.
guys.
Bye. Bye, Zylene.
Everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Lovely evening. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.